You're gone and I gotta stay high all the time to climb.
Hey, what is up guys, OneStepUp here, and today I want to show you guys the deck that I used to get to the 9 wins for the Epic Challenge. It was pretty easy. I used the Splash Graveyard deck, and I'll begin by showing you a replay against 2 beatdown decks. One's the Lava Hound and the second's the Golem. So this Lava Hound player wasn't too good. What's his trophy? Yeah, he's pretty low. So I'm gonna show you Lava Hound against this guy. Yeah, he's pretty good. 4,500 highest trophies, higher than me at least. So we're gonna begin by this. So with this deck that I'm using right now, you usually want to start with Baby Dragon or the Bowler. But Bowler is a bit risky to start with just because it costs 5 elixir. So I recommend you start with Electro Whiz or Baby Dragon. And whenever the player plays Lava Hound, just rush the opposite lane with the Graveyard plus Dragon and try to tornado on that tower, so that way the Dragon retargets and it splashes the tower plus the troops that the enemy has placed. So here I use a tornado to shut down the Lava Hound. I can ignore that left side, so I'm waiting for my Electro Whiz to shut down the troop that the enemy sent on the right lane. So my tower is down to 1872 on the right side, left side 2039, so that's pretty good. And I'm still up ahead in this game just because his right tower is down to 1000. So he's doing the correct thing, starting the push from the lower tower, that's the right side. So I go immediately on the left side with the Baby Dragon and the Graveyard, and I believe he does not have much counters to that, so he had to use arrows and then the Skeleton Army. So again, almost equal in damage like the first push that I did, except that I didn't use my tornado. So here I'm cycling back to my Inferno Tower, but really good, well played balloon by this guy. I think it would have been better if he played the balloon on the right side, just because my tower was still dealing with the pups. So here I'll wait for those minions to come, and then I spawn my Electro Whiz. So that I got a good value in that. And both the towers are down to, wow, so 655 and 1000, and my tower is down to 1251 and 1603. Pretty close match, and I still continue doing the same thing, applying pressure in the opposite lane, just not allowing him to build a big push. So how much did the tower go down to? So I put the Inferno in that placement just because I didn't want him to back up the, what do you call that, the Lava Hound with the balloon. He keeps going balloon in the opposite lane. That's not a bad move. It almost got to my tower if I didn't place the Electro Whiz on time. So yeah, so I go with the Graveyard again. My Dragon's there. I use my poison to kill those skeletons as soon as possible, and I just need to cycle a few more poison and Graveyard. So here I didn't have any troops to play, so the only troop I had was the Tornado. And Tornado is so good because once the Tornado is used, you can spawn the Electro Whiz on the minions. The minions are one shot away, so if that makes any sense. So I'm cycling poisons to take his tower down, and here I use my Graveyard just because if I didn't use it, this would have been my last push. If I didn't get his tower in this push, he would have took down my right side. So that's really well played by some Russian kind of name. GG, well played. So I'm gonna show you guys now a replay against a Golem beatdown deck, and this matchup I think it favors me just because he has Minion Horde, he has Goblin gang I think. So basically all those troops which can be tornadoed plus use the Electro Whiz, it's really easy to shut it down. So yeah, trying to cycle back to my Graveyard. So I use the Skeletons, the Dragon, Electro Whiz, and now finally my Graveyard. The Graveyard should do some damage to that pump at least, and you want to push the side which the opponent has the pump. So you shouldn't allow him to build a good push. So my first push took his tower down to 700. That's pretty good. And he starts a wizard behind. I'll try to time my bowler so that his wizard crosses the bridge and my bowler tries to knock it back and also chip damage. So okay, wasn't the best. Now I'm gonna go the opposite lane wherever he plays the pump. So I'm trying to cycle back to my graveyard. Dragon, no skeletons, now Electro-Wiz, and finally I have my graveyard. So I think this is a bad move by my opponent just because he used 8 elixir and now he's not gonna have enough elixir for defending that graveyard. So the graveyard again took that pump down, and plus it's doing damage on the tower. So not really a big deal activating that King's Tower just because I'm already up by so much damage. I'm just a few poisons away from taking down both his towers. So here you can see the power of the tornado. If I had any other troops, I would have taken a lot more damage. So I'm looking pretty good at this point of the game. And he pumps up again. So and he pumps up in the side which has lower health. That's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that. You should pump up at the side where your tower is at a higher health. So I'll poison the minions plus the pump, so the whole game he couldn't pump up, so he couldn't exactly build a good push. Rage by him, I used skeletons and the Electro-Wiz to shut down his wizard, and his troops got so easily shut down. I could have used my baby dragon, but I didn't use it just because I had my Inferno, and tornado cost 3 and baby dragon cost 4, and I need my baby dragon for the graveyard push, so it was kind of wise to use a tornado instead. I'll use the poison on those archers, and I think I'll take his tower down. No. So I just pull all the troops in the poison, and that's GG. Well played against 2 beat down players. Let me check if I have any other good replays to show you guys, so that you have a better idea of how to counter different kinds of decks. Okay, so Royal Giant. Yeah, I'm going to show you guys Royal Giant and Lead Barb's deck. This deck is pretty popular. So again, I'm going to start off with the Baby Dragon, I suppose. Unless he plays his Royal Giant before I play my card. Okay, yeah. So he put his Royal Giant at the back. I couldn't play my baby dragon just because it's gonna get wasted. I play my slowest troop, which is the bowler. Now I'm trying to stack up troops to take down that Royal Giant. I use skeletons and okay, good Inferno to take that Royal Giant down. Electro-Wiz on time so that the Inferno Dragon does not target and kill the bowler. So pretty good shutdown by me. And my bowler is over 70% health, so I'm going to use the graveyard. And good skeleton army by him. I tried to kill those skeletons using the tornado. Not the best use of it, just because it costs 3 elixir and it's kind of wasted. But I still did some amount of damage, so that's okay. And now, since I know that he has a Royal Giant, I'm going to play slow. Probably gonna play bowler. Yeah, I'm gonna play bowler at the back. Yeah, beside the tower, and that's minimum risk. Just because if I put it all the way at the back, bowler would have taken a lot more time to reach. So I use skeletons to take down put additional damage to the Royal Giant, and the Royal Giant hasn't even got a single hit on my tower yet. So my tower is still untouched at this point of the game. And he's ignored my Electro-Wiz. That did a lot of damage alone. So I'm going to use my dragon to kill that Electro-Wiz. I'm not going to have enough for my graveyard. Am I going to cast it? No, I'm not going to play it just because I know if I place the graveyard, he's going to place the Royal Giant. And I'm going to be in a big amount of trouble. So I placed the Inferno. And really well played. Lead Barbs on the opposite lane, but I managed to pull it with Skeletons and Electro Whiz, and the bowler from this left lane shut down the bowler. Shut down those lead barbs on the right side, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna use Graveyard, and this is the perfect push that you want to execute with the dragon, with the bowler, and also having a tornado in hand. That's the most OP combination with this deck. So he's trying to go desperate. I use the bowler at the back. I'll use Skeletons to pull his lead barbs, and all the damage that he did was through that zap spell, nothing else. He just zapped my left tower, and that's the only damage that he did. So Royal Giant untouched, and that's GG. Well played. I'm gonna open the last chest at 9 wins, so I just lost once, and let's open this deck. Okay. How many X-bows did I get? 1? Oh, 9. Okay, 9 X-bows. Pretty bad chest just because I don't use the X-bow. I'm gonna open this epic challenge chest. 1100 gold, 150, 13 arrows, 5 wizards, 41 bombers. Okay, pretty decent there. And I hope you guys learned something from this video. Feel free to try this deck out, and it's working pretty well for me. And don't get upset if this deck does not work the first time. Continue trying and trying and trying. You're not gonna get the grasp of this deck at one go, so you really need to learn this deck before you master it. And I wish you guys all the success in the epic challenge. And that's about it for today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button. Comment down below if you need any help in any decks. And also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more contents like these. I'm OneStepUp, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.